Welcome to Koh Young here at IPC Apex Expo. I'm delighted to be joined by Joel Scutchfield. Great to see you again, Joel.
You as well, Trevor. Great to be here. Great to have all these people back.
I know.
It's been a phenomenal day.
I think this is the first true post-COVID, Apex.
I would tend to agree. Yeah, I think we're far enough from it now that all of that 2 years of pent-up demand is come to fruition. It's all showed up here today. So
good.
hopefully that'll continue.
I hope so too.
Fully expect it will.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the equipment side here.
Sure.
I mean, you've got a whole suite of machines that you've introduced.
As we do normally.
Normally, yeah. It keeps getting bigger, though. This is the thing. But let's start off again with the KPO printer.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
You've made some updates to that.
We have. In fact, you may recall from previous conversations, this was basically a three-phase initiative, starting with the analyzer module, and then the diagnostics module, and then the third and final piece being the optimization module.
Right.
The optimization module is the piece that utilizes our proprietary AI engine technology to literally take full control of the screen printer for squeegee speed, pressure, and stencil release.
Right.
So it basically completes the loop, if you will, for full control, closed loop control of the screen printing process.
Right. So when you say AI driven, you're talking about it's analyzing all the different potential defects and permutations and storing them in a library-based system?
It is. So basically, the diagnostics piece, which is the second piece that I referred to, is where we're looking at trends for volume characteristics in addition to X, Y, theta, the things that traditional closed loop has been providing for years.
Right.
So it's that extra element, and then using the modeling and so forth from what we're seeing to predict trends and to, over a period of time, make small adjustments using the AI technology to recognize and automatically put that in play.
Right. So you're taking over control of the printer. Does that have any liability associated with it, or?
That's a great question.
Or what happens?
And it did come up earlier today, and it's actually a conversation that I had on a panel. Might have been one of yours, probably within the last year. And at this point, the answer to that is no. But there certainly is a reality that there's going to have to be some kind of exchange, if you will. Specifically when our customer's customer has to give the true thumbs up. Okay, we're good. I see basically a phased approach, Trevor, where the AI technology is going to have to earn the trust, if you will, of the user.
Right.
And so maybe in that initial phase, we provide the data, the information that says, this is what we're seeing. Can somebody validate this, right? And over a course of a period of time, when all of those validations check out.
Transition over to an automatic
system.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right, so the other area that you've updated is the KPO mounter. Is that along similar lines?
Very much so. So in that case, as you may recall, we're using the pre-reflow AOI to detect defects that may occur related to anything non-solder related, right? Missing, wrong part, part marking, et cetera, et cetera. Identifying which feeder, spindle, nozzle created that defect and giving that feedback to the mounter, in addition to XY information, positional information, allowing it to make adjustments for that. So you can look at it this way. When full implementation is complete, you're automatically skipping a feeder, a nozzle, a spindle that is producing a defect, and automatically making adjustments for XY positional anomalies that are
right. So you're not stopping the line. You're just sort of you're keeping the line going, or but just skipping that area.
That's
for closer inspection later.
Exactly. The first phase is basically a manual report that says this is what we found. Okay,
right.
So during this run, this is what we've seen. You might want to check this before your next setup. maybe you remove that, again, feeder spindle nozzle, do maintenance, whatever that might be. If there's something positional that can be adjusted, maybe you take a look at that. We saw X number of defects that were attributed to X shift or Y shift, and again, maybe there's an issue with the machine that can be adjusted for that.
Okay.
The end game is doing that automatically, right? The whole self-healing that we've talked about. So we're moving down that path quickly, and we've got our folks actually here in Rancho San Bernardino now working on, Bernardo working on, through our Kira office, that particular initiative. So we've actually moved some of that development here local to the U.S.
Okay.
Along with much of our software development.
Okay, well, that's interesting, because all of your main control systems, your AOI, SPI, and Neptune, is basically captured with your K-Smart software.
Yes, that's right.
And controlled throughout the factory. Tell us some of the updates you made recently to K-Smart.
So the next gen K-Smart is our 2.3 version, and what that will allow us to do is greatly expand the number of machines that can be connected to a single database. So access of all the information can be made from one point. And that, as you might imagine, requires the ability to manage a lot of data, right? Again, imagine a plant with 60, 80 machines all feeding into a single server. You need to be able to access that data very quickly, move it very quickly, and do something with it very quickly. So it's not only managing the speed of moving data from the machine itself, it's now retrieval. It's basically just pushing a lot more information and having to push it quickly. So again, restructuring things so that can be done very quickly. We can add these additional machines. SPI is new to the mix for K-Smart for us, as you know. So we're showing some of that. Additional reporting capability, customized reporting, notifications. I've got a problem. Something is showing is out of control. I get a notification. I get a text. I get a call. However you want to set that up. Right. Those types of things, right? And certainly greater analysis capability from our SPC tool, tying that back in directly to our programming feature, our programming optimizer, so that information can be used to automatically tune, if you will. Okay. So lots of new and exciting things coming.
Exciting updates to that. That's super. Okay, so the final thing I want to talk about today, Joel, is the Meister down in the corner here. Sure. This is the system you're using for your advanced packaging inspection and that sort of thing. You're working on a new software platform for that, but it's not quite ready to talk about. But give us an overview of where we're at.
Sure. Well, it's really a platform that's not just for that, Trevor. The idea is we are creating a new GUI interface, again, with a revised data structure that is greatly simplified and can be applied to all of the systems that you see in the booth today. So the idea here, it's basically a project, and it's being done in phases. So what we're showing today on the Meister, which, as you said, is our semiconductor-centric system, is the programming piece to that, and how that's been cleaned up and refined, and how that will fit into our automated programming tool. Right. So the idea here is that once this is complete, you have the same GUI interface on AOI, SPI, all of the systems that we're...
And the idea is really to simplify the programming for operators.
Programming, data analysis, everything, right? Everything. A much cleaner interface. Again, we realize that you can't stand still in this industry. You have to keep reinventing yourself. You have to take a look and have an eye to the future. You know, what is the expectation? What are we going to do to separate ourselves going forward? What's the best way to utilize the data and the technology that we have to make these systems more efficient, intuitive, less human reliant, right? We've talked about labor issues in the past, and then the shortage and
So you want to have more automation built into the decision
more
process.
automation. I think that all feeds back to the nearshoring, if you will, initiative. Labor is expensive here. Labor is expensive in Canada. Labor is expensive in Germany.
Yeah.
Not so much in Asia, where we're going to take it away from. So we have to automate. We have to automate to a much greater degree. We have to make the systems very intuitive, so anyone can utilize the tools that we're providing, and be able to have customers take advantage of that in a way that they don't have to continually invest in people and other things to make their operation work.
Okay. Well, we're certainly going to look forward to seeing that come out. So
absolutely,
maybe in
we're very
another 3 months or
excited
so before it be ready for prime time.
We think that's a game changer. We started out with this development, and as you said, with the Meister being Semicon centric, for the OSAT industry, for customers that have enormous pad counts, for instance, right? That we need to be able to again analyze and quantify quickly. So we're starting in that range, and we'll see something on that probably mid-year, and then from there we'll convert to everything else that we're talking about. I guess what we'll call the more SMT, traditional SMT systems and processes.
So we should see something maybe for Semicon West or something like that in July.
I think the chances are very good. Yeah, that would be probably a safe bet. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Well,
and we will be there. Absolutely.
Good.
In
And so
force.
will we. So we'll certainly look forward to that, Joel. And
excellent.
I want to thank you for giving us a walkthrough on all the new changes you've had to the Koh Young range.
You're very welcome. Happy to do it. Always enjoy spending time and showing off new stuff.
What's not to enjoy? Thanks, Joel.
Exactly. You're very welcome. Thank you.
Koh Young is leading a smart revolution that will change the world of electronics manufacturing. Based on our pioneering True 3D measurement-based inspection technology, we revolutionize the solder paste inspection market to such great lengths that 1 in 2 SPIs sold today is from Koh Young. Building our SPI technology, we expanded to automated optical inspection, also known as AOI. Every year, we introduce new award-winning innovations and have proudly earned the respect from thousands of customers across diverse industries. Aside from our R&D center in Korea, we have research facilities focused on artificial intelligence and deep learning across the world to help us further develop proprietary AI technologies for your challenges. With our global network of sales and service centers, we aim to respond quickly to your needs and to deliver the highest level of customer satisfaction.